What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike, and this is another the Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark the Mike. I'm joined by my tag partner, Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
We got a lot of wrestling to cover, and but first we have our wrestling retrospect. And my pick last week was the Good Brothers. I had no clue if they had a name beyond that, so I had to look for them up as their regular names. But uh, Doc Gallows or what was his name? What's his name now? Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. He was always Carl Anderson. My first match would be. God damn it! I just had it. Fucking A. You know what? You want to put your first one? Cause I gotta get mine up again. I can't find them right now.
The first match I have is let's see the date. It is February 13th, 2000. See, I don't know if that's when I went up. Maybe February 13th, 2017 Raw.
Okay.
This is Roman Reigns versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, 2-on-1 handicap match.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember this one. This is around the time when they first got there.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be dangerous. I think
What was
they
it?
got away from that because they were beating his ass for no reason.
Oh, they had the well. No, it was the beat John Cena. It wasn't beat Roman Reigns.
So they were under the instruction of Stephanie to beat his ass,
Yeah.
and so the big dog must fight both of them. It's not really that much of a match because they at some point they jump him and get DQ'd,
Yeah.
so he wins. Then they try to set him up for the Magic Killer after the beatdown, and then he overcomes the two of them and like throws them out of the ring and whatnot. So there you go. Roman wins by DQ.
Nice. Alright, I found my first match. This was actually I think I was actually live at no, I wasn't live at this one. But this was on TNA. This was the Bullet Club versus Honor No More. This is Matt Taven, Michael Bennett, that Rob Zombie looking dude, and Kenny King versus Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and ABC. Very fun match, very for going back and forth. Jay White is with them. Actually, so before ABC, it was Jay White, Chris Bay, um, Carl Anderson, and Drew Gallows or Luke Gallows. I keep saying Drew. Um, Very high pitched match, every like that, but it ends with the Magic Killer and then going into Jay White's Sling Blade, and they actually take the win. Actually, this was the one that we were at. The reason why, because I see Joshy right in the corner. So there you go. The date was 2022. I think this was April 21st, 2022. Yeah, we were at the show. So that was the first one. I actually got candid pictures of it too, of Chris Bay like looking at us taking the picture. That's my first one.
The second one I have is from the pandemic era. I do not remember if this is the exact date. It looks like it went up April 15th, 2021. Maybe not. It is the Good Brothers versus Everrise,
I
which means
remember.
Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Luke. So basically, I guess this was their call up
Okay.
because they were in NXT. Uh, so they still have the Canadian themed Everrise gear. Uh, I mean, you can't not mistake Daddy Magic for anybody else. So Matt Menard is still out there screaming, go crazy. Also, this is because it's the pandemic era. there's no fans, so basically that they're all you hear.
Yeah.
So they, they obviously we remember they had to be loud as hell. Anyway, I'm surprised because it was an actual competitive wrestling match. Like I kind of feel bad for Everrise.
Yeah.
Uh, not for their circumstances or anything. I just feel bad because I see here that they actually like had moves and stuff. Like they were a up and coming tag team basically.
Yeah.
And like, what happened, dog? What happened, dog? They don't tag team no more. Now one guy he got Ruby pregnant, man. What's going on? What happened? Anyway, they get killed by the Good Brothers. A magic killer, a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So
Um, this was in WWE. This would probably be in the era of when they had the doctor when they took Big E's balls and then they had to fight for it. So the storyline was stupid, but the matches were actually quite good. So this is the New Day versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. This was on Monday Night Raw. This was with them in the Braveheart suits. So this was November 7th, 2016. This is Big E and Kofi tag teaming in the Braveheart looking skirts and suits and stuff like that, and they go at it. It's a very fun match. They go at it. This wasn't for the tag titles, but it was pretty much a beatdown because they took Big E's balls and they kind of caught the Magic Killer and took the win on New Day. Good match. I think this chick Dana Brooke had a issue, had a little thing with them as well during that time because they took Big E's balls. It's fucked up. Anyway, that's my second match.
and the last one I have is the Good Brothers versus the Bullet Club. Different setup. It is Chris Bay and Hikuleo, not
Okay.
not ABC. This one was for the Impact Tag Team title. I want to say this is also coming out of the pandemic and Impact. They just got the fans back. I think I remember this around this time. This was Turning Point
Yeah.
2021. So I think I remember this. January's. No, no, no. See, it doesn't have the date. It only has the date the video went up. Um, so Good Brothers are defending tag team champs. Not for nothing. I think they had a good run in Impact. I
Yeah,
think
they
they had
did.
some really good matches. It's just unfortunate because they were coming out of the pandemic and Impact was already as small as it was.
Yeah.
It's just that it wasn't getting the eyes on it. So it is what it is. But I think this was actually a solid match. I think Higuleus, obviously he wasn't as seasoned as he was now, but he was definitely better than when he first started. Because I remember this is when they were shipping him around after New Japan
Yeah.
to have him get better and stuff. So he was picking up a little bit. But this one was mostly uh, Chris Bay out here doing the damn thing versus the Good Brothers, I would say. But at some point, it basically comes down to uh, them sneaking up on him. Carl Anderson actually like sneaks up behind them with a. See, I don't understand how you get distracted when you have a tag team partner because they were not outnumbered. So I guess you just count that as inexperience on Hikuleu's part for letting himself and his partner get distracted because it's a distraction from Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson rolls up his partner. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, how that work? Anyway, so they retain.
All right. Um, my last one is a tag team match. This was on the part of the New Japan World Tag Team League. This was the finals. This is Bushi and Doc. This is Bushi and Kota Ibushi. Bushi and Kota Ibushi versus Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. The book club. This for the IWGP Tag Team Championships. This was the tournament finals as well. And I thought it was gonna be a crazy back and forth match, but it was like legit a straight beatdown by the Bullet Club. They beat the living crap out of them, and then at one point they had a way to coming back, and Bad Luck Fale knocks out Kota Ibushi, and they take the rest of it out on Ibushi, and they also strangle his ass with a rope, and then they did the Magic Killer, and they won. They were the tag champions after this. That's my last match.
Mm-hmm.
11/23, 2013. That was the date. All right, we go to the weekend wrestling. We got kickoff from Monday Night Raw. We did talk about a little bit of the Uncle Howdy stuff, but we're gonna talk about the rest of the Raw now. Um, we kick off with this is the aftermath of Clash of the Castle, and we get the return of Seth Rollins. I did not expect that,
Same.
and loved it.
Same.
Loved every moment of it. He's gonna
Yeah, nice
challenge.
big challenge to Priest there. What's he doing?
He's getting himself back and getting his title back that he never lost. Well, he
He
actually technically did lose, but
he got beat.
yeah, he did get beat. He
He
just
got
don't talk.
beat.
He just don't talk about it. But he never got his rematch. So there you go. But Seth Rollins challenges Damian Priest. This is gonna be at Money in the Bank, and I like the back and forth of it. I actually love everything they did, and Seth looks great, and I'm excited to see this match. We also got a little glimpse of warning is that we're here. Uh-oh. Then we go to Braun Strowman versus Chad Gable. Because Gable was talking the massive shit backstage, and Adam Pearce was like, "All right, I got a opponent for you," and he gave him Braun Strowman. This is also more story into the Alpha Academy not wanting to follow suit with his career, and this also made Otis eventually get his hands on Gable. Perhaps it was good. It was good stuff. Good story.
Shame on Gable.
Yeah.
He needs to get it together. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just
Otis, make up
saying.
your mind.
I'm just saying. There's a chance that it wasn't Uncle Howdy that shot Gable in the head.
I mean, could be. Could have been Otis. Could have been Maxine.
Probably Maxine Ozawa.
Just Zawa with the pacifier like Maggie
Right.
and the little pistol. Hmm.
um, we got the first of Money in the Bank qualifier matches. We had Zelina Vega, Kiana James, and Io Sky go on a triple threat match. It was a solid match. It was a win for Io Sky. She is in the Money in the Bank.
I mean, I would not gonna say I'm surprised, but good to see James out there. And yeah, like you said, it was a good match.
Yes. We also got more backstage shenanigans with Liv Morgan and Finn Balor explaining with the key card and all that stuff.
She she's evil. She planted that one seed, and now it's got the Judgment Day acting all types of shady towards each other. What's going on? What's Finn doing?
And then Morgan also rang Dominic Mysterio's cowboy vest.
I'm just saying, she's driving them all crazy, man.
Yep. Sami Zayn finds two new challengers, and they line up going into the match. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus line up having to happen later on that night. Love the promos between all of them, and I think Sammy. This is also a great thing for Sammy as well. So I've been enjoying it.
I'd be afraid if I was Sammy. You got these two guys all amped up trying to beat somebody up.
Or maybe he's just maybe one of them killed each other. They battle damage each other, and then he'd
I
be like,
mean,
"All right,
yeah,
easy win."
that's what you let Braun kill them all.
There you go. Dragon Lee versus Carlito. This also has some Judgment Day issues, and Liv Morgan appears again with the Dominic Mysterio vest, and also gets distractions in the match. And Dragon Lee, oh, Carlito wins the match because of the distraction.
Yep, Dragon Lee does not win.
No, no,
So at least they got the job done. I don't know, man. She kind of helped him there.
yeah, there you go. They're not gonna see it like that.
Of course not.
Yeah, backstage, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark
Oh,
enter.
but I was gonna say, but this did start. I think they're gonna fight soon. Zelina and Liv,
I hope so.
because Zelina was pissed, and I think they showed backstage. I think they might have a fight or something like that.
Okay,
Hmm.
I hope so because Liv don't have a opponent at all.
So there you
So
go.
we gotta get someone. Backstage, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark interrupted new tag team champions, El Sadon and Alba Fire. I said that they fumbled a little bit with the promo, but again, it is what it is. But I'm actually liking that they actually changed the hand. I was surprised they actually changed the belts. So Drew McIntyre comes out and quits. I had
He
a
was
feeling.
so mad
Mm-hmm.
that he can only do one thing
Yeah,
and one thing only.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Well, we did have backstage stuff with Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane. They
Just
battled.
they couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, and then we have the Drew McIntyre stuff.
So I don't
Backstage.
know. Yale's gonna kill him. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think Damage Control's in trouble.
yeah. Backstage, Otis and Dupree and Tozawa walk out on Chad Gable just above his head, rattling rabbit. There was a little doll over his head.
Well, that one people didn't see. It had to be spotted out to me.
I
So
actually I watched all the Easter eggs and I was like, oh shit, that was like I wouldn't have never fucking looked at that if I didn't notice if they didn't tell me. Then we go to Sheamus versus Braun Breaker. A couple of boo boos here and there, but it was a really good match. Ends in a no contest.
hmm
And then
yes, sir.
Ludwig Kaiser probably shat his pants. They should definitely check if he shat his pants.
Big old meaty man slapping meat. And Kaiser tried to get involved. So we'll see.
He did it himself. So that shit stain that he has, he should look at it as like I did
I
that
mean,
to
at least he
myself.
was wearing black. He was
Yeah,
wearing all black.
exactly.
You can't tell.
Our main event was a Money Bank qualifier, just Jey Uso versus Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor. Very good match, very good triple threat. Jey Uso gets the win, and during the celebration, the lights go off.
Uh, the other thing to note is Judgment Day tried to take out Ray. That's more than likely why he didn't win. And Braun chased him off. So
There you go.
just pointing that out. So they took out Ray, and it made it a little easier for Finn to put him down, and then Jay to get the splash on both of them.
Yep.
So that was cool. And like you said, lights went out. Uncle Stinky and friends.
Murdered the whole backstage. Whoever was back there probably dead now. Um, that shit was awesome. The ending was awesome. The aesthetics of the and it's a group and everything. As in, it's our profile picture for today's cast. I dug everything. I dug everything about it. I like the little shit outside of WWE, as in Pat McAfee show. They fucking took over that as well. That was pretty cool. I thought we was gonna see them on SmackDown, but I think there was enough chaos in SmackDown that they didn't really have to. They like, you know what? He did it. We don't need to do it. So, Monday Night Raw, we give it.
I gave it an A minus. I think most of the story stuff hit in a good way. I think maybe not all the matches were up to the same caliber as like the main event. I think that was the best match of the show.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go A just because the ending and just that was just aesthetic and I just loved it.
And I say like the surprising thing that's up there besides the Uncle Stinky and Friends is still living Dom Mysterio. So
Yeah, it's a great. It's been great. It's been fun seeing the shenanigans that she's causing them
little
and
thing with Reese catching them backstage with the vest. I'm
yeah.
just like, this is the little things they keep on adding to that. Like, all right, I like that,
Good.
and it's all different, so that's cool.
All right. We go to NXT and we kick off. Is this the right date? Cody Rhodes was on NXT this week. No, this was the Battle Royal for thing. Yeah. Yeah. So NXT Championship, no more contender Battle Royal. We get some surprises with Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears. He did appear, Joe Hendry. And Kazarian, also surprising people and showing up as the two TNA people came in. And I like the fact that they kept the TNA storyline going into that Battle Royal and Kazarian taking Joe Hendry out right away. Um, the Battle Royal was actually pretty good. It got even better when it was the last five because there was a lot of story within the last five. And the winner of the Battle Royal, because one didn't get out fully, was Evans. But then there was stuff backstage that the fact that Ethan Page said he was never eliminated and things like that, it led to a match down the at the end of the night. It was a good battle royal though. Did you have
Yeah, I think
issues
it
with
was
battle
actually good.
royals? Yeah.
Another thing. Got to give credit to NXT. Not everybody is a super, the highest tier superstar, and they managed to still make it a super compelling battle royale. I
Yeah.
think it might have been like personally one of
Angel
the best
Garza looked
matches of the
great in
show.
it. I wanted him to be like one of the final fours. I thought he looked really good in the match as well. We got Roxanne Perez, Lola Vice versus the Metaphor, JC Jane. Metaphor versus JC Jane and Jasmine Nix. Um, I thought this match was actually quite good. It kind of had storyline with Roxanne and Lola Vice looking at each other for the title, and then Roxanne pops her back in the face.
She can't be trusted.
She got popped right in the kisser.
Hmm.
That's gonna come back to her.
Someday JC will get hers.
Um, One thing I'm gonna just give a shout out to Min Chen. She's had like three crazy ass matches within the week, and she's
Hmm.
killing it right now. She just got to get some wind under her belt, but she fucking been killing in the matches. So, you got Kalani Jordan versus Mi Chen. I thought this match was great. Jordan wins, but there's shenanigans outside the ring as well.
Yes, she's got Miss Parker looking to get her. So Michin obviously distracted. So
Yep, yep, yep. And Mi Chen, every time she gets a chance, she slaps her right in the butt. She did in the tag match. She did in the ladder match. Obifemi and Wesley agreed to a North American Championship match at Heat Wave. Um, this was fantastic back and forth promo, and I'm becoming a Obifemi fan more and more every week. I think he gets him better every single week. So kudos to Big E. That was his pickup. He's the one that scouted him. Um, Brooke Jensen causes a scene in the crowd, distracting the promo. Police arrest Jensen and background of an Eddie Trope interview. What else do we have? We have Gallus complained backstage about Lee taking his way to the title match. Tyson DePon and Tyreek Luel attacked them before they could act. Then you got Fallon Henley versus Carly Bright. Fast match. Henley wins.
that was okay. I mean, but the other girl's brand new, so
Yeah.
obviously this was more story. but now we have the new Fallon Henley beating people up. So
Then you have the OC versus Chase U. Um, this lands up with Chase U defeating the OC. Then our main event was Ethan Page versus Javon Evans. This match was good back and forth. This also ends in a no. This ends with Page defeating Evans, but also a brawl out between Trick Evans, Spears, and, and um, Trick Williams.
yes, sir.
Good NXT. Good end. I thought it was a
So
good
he
end.
got his match stolen
Yep.
apparently.
Yeah, he did.
So there you go.
Might be turned into a four-way. I'm just saying. Who knows? Anyway, NXT. What do you give it?
Uh, I give it I give it a B plus. I'd say the highlight was the first match and the last match.
Okay.
But I do give credit because, like you said, most of the matches they had some compelling story stuff, some little beats here and there.
Yeah.
So that's why I give it a B plus.
Okay.
And Joe Hendry, come on,
There we go.
come on.
All right, we go to AEW Dynamite, and we kick off with Roosh versus MJF.
Uh, Once again, Dynamite not on my list. Sorry,
All right.
it has fallen off.
You're not the only one. Minion has his complaints too. He's been not interested in the storyline and shit. It was a good match. It was good back and forth. I had fun in the end. MJF wins. Then we had 8-man tag. We had Mark Briscoe, Kyle Riley, Orange Cassidy, and Dante Martin versus Kai Fletcher, Roderick Strong, Takashita, and Zack Sabre Jr. Um, the reason why there are two matches within this, and then Jack Perry also interferes, but OC, Briscoe, Martin, O'Reilly win. The Acclaim versus the Young Bucks. This had a funny little thing with Okada fucking up their entrance while they're rapping. You're like,
I
oh,
saw
that
that.
was like probably my highlight of the match. But the rest of the match is the same thing. You watch one Young Buck match, you should watch them all. That's my only issue with the Young Bucks. Like I feel like I watch their matches all the time. Like it's the same match. But I went into it. But the Claim actually beats the Young Bucks, so that was a surprise. Chris Statlander versus Nyla Rose for the Owen Hart tournament. Chris Statlander wins. It was a solid match. I wish it had a little bit more time. Daniel Garcia versus Ritas Titus. I don't know why Daniel Garcia is having jobber matches, but it kind of led into a storyline stuff afterwards, as in Cage's people just beat down this dude on the commentating, your boy, what's his name? Um,
No,
Daniel Garcia's.
not Daddy Magic.
Yeah, they beat him up, and then
What?
Garcia interferes himself.
Why are they always beating up Daddy Magic?
He's easy to target, I guess. We got Owen Hart match. We have Pac versus Claudio. That was probably my favorite match of the night. And then we also had the Osprey and Swerve back and forth, and I thought that was actually really good promos between the two. And that also ends the show. So Dynamite, I'll go a B. Yeah, good, solid matches, solid storyline. They have decent storylines going into Forbidden Door, but a lot of just thrown in shit. So I'll give 2 points away from that. But Chris Statlander, Nyla Rose, I think they could have got a little bit more time. Tony Storm had a little segment in this and not enough with Mina. So I wish that was a little longer because I like them two on my screen all the time. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll go B. Friday Night SmackDown. Oh, actually, I'll just run through TNA real fast. TNA actually had a pretty solid show. It was kicked off with the system. Learned with Dirty Dango being part. Learning is slowly being part of the system. You had Eric Young versus Josh Alexander for they have a tournament for number one contender first anniversary. That was a really good match. You had ABC. They fought Kazarian, I think, and someone else. That was actually pretty good. Jordan Treat. You had Denny and Jordan Treat versus Ashton K and the Dominican. I forgot her name. The Dominican chick. Oh, Bell.
Oh, Marty.
Marty
Mm-hmm.
Bell. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Yeah, Spitfire versus Hex. That was pretty good. Then you had Frankie Kazarian versus Ace Steel in the steel match. That was pretty much what it was. It was alright, but Kazarian wins. Then you had PCO and Steph Danlander have a date. You actually see the date on inside the ring. Ash by Alexins versus Heather Reckless. Ash by Alexins defeats her, and it was pretty much a kind of a showcase match more than anything. Um, and then you go to Josh Dango Curtis versus Ryan Nemeth. Dango wins, but the system come in and they jump him, and pretty much Ziggler comes back for the save. And then you have the main event, which was Eric Young versus Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander won. I'll give a minus to TNA. They actually had a really good stories and good matches going in. So definitely check that out when you get a chance. SmackDown. We kick off with the return of CM Punk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a
Um,
surprise. What a surprise.
we did have some stuff with the Bloodline with CM Punk. I thought that was a good, very fun segment with Paul Heyman and the Bloodline and the back and forth of everything, and Cody coming with bats. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to a
Take
triple
me with you.
threat. Then we go to a triple threat match of Bianca Belair, Chelsea Green, and Mi Chen. And surprise, surprise,
Well,
Chelsea Green wins.
we get before that they have the little tiny little thing of the threat of the bloodline before we
Yes.
go forward, and then that sets the tone for the night, and then Cody comes out,
Yes.
so that's
Baseball
kind of
bats.
like a big deal.
With two baseball bats.
Well, everybody goes crazy.
Yep, yep. We had the triple threat match of Bianca Belair, Chelsea Green, and Mi Chen. This is for Money in the Bank qualifier. Chelsea Green surprisingly wins.
That was a very good match.
Yep.
Very surprised, but it's looking like it could be Chelsea in the bank.
I I I kind of want it. It's her or Tiffany, so we'll see.
We shall see.
Carmelo Hayes, Randy Orton, Tamatonga, they fight in a triple threat match for number Money in the Bank spot as well. Um, cause of the it was interference, wasn't it? Right? I'm trying to think. Melo catches a surprise win. I think there was things with
It was a
Owens.
little bit
Yeah,
of a distraction from the
there
bloodline.
you go.
Kevin Owens came out. Randall got rolled up,
And
and Melo won.
there you go.
But we also have a very important backstage thing. I think that happened. Was it before? Because
It
they
was right
have it
after
on the
this.
website. Okay. Okay.
So during a promo with what was it got
Tag team
Grayson Waller,
champions.
yeah, the tag team
Mm-hmm.
champions, and then DIY. You hear big bangs on the chain, and you see Drew McIntyre beat the shit out of CM Punk. As he
And
deserves it. I'm just saying, I understand, be babyface and all, but Punk had it coming.
and then he's carried to the ring and dumped in front of the crowd, and then Drew walks off.
The visuals were fucking dope. Like I just saying. So yeah, he got his ass handed to him, and Drew took a little thing, a little souvenir for it too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bracelet he has on his arm that has AJ and his dog's name on it, and he took it. So that's going to get more personal. I was just saying, Drew was going to have to kill him. So he didn't kill him, but he beat him to death. kind of did a Batman. Like he ain't gonna kill you, but he's gonna beat your ass until you crippled.
This is true.
So we got Grayson Waller, Kevin Owens, and Andrade. That is our triple threat for the Money in the Bank as well. This one
Yeah,
also
so I had,
had
well, I think before that, because again, on the website, I'm not sure if it's in order. I think the LA Night promo was before this,
yes,
where he got it was LA Knight, and then Santos came out,
yes.
and then Logan Paul hijacked him after he beat up uh, Santos. Which I don't know if I agree with that. How you why they jumping on Santos like that? Who putting their hands on Santos?
He don't got screwed with him.
I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like
Yeah.
that. LA Knight, you gotta pay. Just saying.
Yep. Yep. So then we go to this match, the triple threat. Andrade wins, and they actually mentioned his speed championship win as well. He did should come out with the
Why is he
belt
not
though.
allowed to come on? Yeah, why is he not
I
allowed to
think
walk
it's a
out with the
Twitter
belt?
exclusive, exclusive, whatever the fuck it is, exclusive, and so they keep the belt there. But at least they mentioned it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Very good match, but it was also story oriented. Pretty much they attacked Kevin Owens' leg, and he decided to still wrestle with one leg. Wrestled better than most people with one leg, I tell you that much. And this man sells his ass off too. But throughout the
I ha-
whole match, it was
I was
great.
gonna say I have to give 150% credit to Andrade. I don't think he is appreciated enough for how skilled he is in that ring.
Hmm.
I would just like to point out one thing that he did that I don't think that I normally is damn near impossible. The way he jumped over the top rope, spun, basically did a complete rotation and grabbed Grayson Waller and landed on his feet in one motion. I was
Yeah,
just like, Jesus Christ! You look at it and it just go, how did he just do that?
Andrade
It's
is
kind of
fucking good. That is
yeah,
why.
yeah, he is.
He wins, and he's in the Money in the Bank.
Yes, sir.
Um, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sakura. This also ends in Rhodes DQ. Also, Bloodline came out, and one new Bloodline member pops up, Jacob Batu.
Yep. This was basically the result of the beginning for Cody sticking his nose once again in the bloodline business. So he challenged Solo to a match. Turns out, when you fight the bloodline, you don't just fight the one guy. So Randall and KO did what they supposed to do and watch Cody's back, but they were not ready.
Yep.
Not ready for Jacob Fatu.
And he pretty much murders Cody
Yes,
through that
sir.
table. Good match. Good SmackDown. I thought SmackDown was a very exciting show, so I'm gonna go A with this show.
Yeah, I think this is what the story for the bloodline needed this because it was kind of. I just had to put it. It was making Solo look less than effective. I'll put
Yeah.
it that way. You know what I'm saying?
And now you're starting to
So he
see
used that.
his dominance of what he's doing with the bloodline, and it's like, uh oh. And then I think the whole
But
thing with him mentioning Roman's not in charge anymore, that's a big key point
well,
too.
he said he's not coming back.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Yeah. So that's a big deal. So that's setting up obviously a surprise return for Roman if you're
Yeah.
gonna like write him off like that completely.
Yeah.
So you can't know when he comes back. Um, but I think the other thing is going forward. The other thing that this new bloodline needs to do is actually start taking stuff from people. So I think they need to be stealing championships and stuff and
Yep.
opportunities. Like they can't just be beating people up and never winning matches.
Yeah, we need gold.
They need gold. They need opportunities.
You can
So
start off with the tag gold because unless you're starting to fully establish the tag team titles, you can use that for one of the golds.
hmm hmm
All right. Collision I did not get to watch, so it's incomplete. Um, so I had nothing for it, so I can't really tell you anything about it. So we go to our podcast we listened to. Undertaker was on Chris Van Vliet. It was like about almost 2 hour long podcast. Definitely check it out. It was actually really good conversations. Shout outs to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast and them getting Jeff Hardy as a big rubber guy. So definitely check that out if you're interested in those big LGN figures. Um, I think Rey Mysterio's on this week on Chris Van Vliet. So definitely check those out. I don't have nothing else. Do you listen to anything?
Nope, just a regular Sam, and then the emergency podcast that
What
he
was
had
that
on
for?
Friday.
Because I think I heard parts of it. I didn't listen to the
He
whole thing.
this one was for Jacob Fatu
Okay.
showing up. Because I think he did two. He did one earlier in the week for Uncle Stinky.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, because his show was a part of it last week, the week
Yeah.
before. So and he's been on Uncle Stinky alert, and then he did a second one. So he had two. So it was good stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, you know who's had a good episode? I was not expecting to pay attention to it as much. I believe his name is it Ian Riccaboni or is it the other guy? Is he the second announcer for not announcer, second commentator for Ring of Honor?
Yes.
He's the guy with Patrice, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he was on AEW Unrestricted. That was a
Okay.
very good episode. Very good episode.
There was another one. Was it? Nah. I listened to Busted Open's little thing on Uncle Howdy stuff. I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited to see where they go with it. I don't want to know
Yes, sir.
nothing. I'm not gonna try to predict anything with the Uncle Howdy. But I'm here for the horror. I'm here for the crazy shit. So let's go.
Yep.
And they look fucking cool. Oh, the fucking picture of them eating at the fucking Whataburger had me fucking laughing. What do
Oh,
you
okay.
do after you murder Monday Night Raw? You go get a Whataburger.
I didn't see that, but I saw Uncle Stinky posted a picture on Friday.
he
So I
was with
don't.
the
It
crew.
was no, it was Uncle Stinky.
Yeah.
It was actually in costume.
Oh, okay.
It was him and like one other person.
Okay.
Like he had the mask and the dreads and whatever.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's like it was. I think they were at SmackDown. I think he was at SmackDown
Ah, okay. Interesting. There's a lot of crazy stuff. So definitely
and
check
then
it out. Wrestling's crazy.
with a decent picture that he's alive.
Yes. Jason Rice. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, that's about it. This is
Oh, wait,
what?
wait. Before we go
Oh
completely,
yeah, the restaurants. But there you go.
well, not that. I just wanted to say, we shout outs to because it happened throughout the week, the Juneteenth celebration of of WWE 2K beat up Hogan. I like to see the various different
There you go.
versions of that happened last week. So it was fun to see people put their own spin on it. I saw MVP and almost. I saw the New Day. I saw the traditional every African American wrestler versus Hogan. It was good. It was good.
Nice. All right. We got the wrestling retrospect, and is your pick? Who you got?
Let's see. Did we do? Uh, See, I don't want to just pick him because he just popped up. Hmm. I'm thinking about this one just for a second. Uh, you know what? Okay, here's one that I think is gonna be. It might be slightly difficult. No one, no one, no one. Uh, did we do Jamie Noble?
Jamie Noble. No, we did not.
Okay, let's do Jamie Noble.
All right.
There you go.
They shouted out him on the podcast, on Major Wrestling Figure podcast.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Okay.
cause he's a big LJN collector.
Ah, got you. Yeah, got you.
So they were
Does
telling
he
him
have his own big rubber guy yet?
no, cause he's a WWE contract,
I mean, well, Ethan Page got his big rubber guy.
but he got it right before he signed with WWE.
I know, but he's still allowed. He's still allowed to be have his face on everything. Cause I see him still put the ads up. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
get that big rubber guy money.
I think it's a lot less is not as crazy as it was when McMahon was in charge. I think there's a lot less leeway on things.
Like more leeway, cause less would be tighter.
Yeah, yeah, more leeway because Cody being on the major pod as well.
Oh, that was a good. Yeah, that was a good episode.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing. I think those are good signs of that. Anyway, we wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Battle Podcast. Thank you for listening. Follow us on all our social medias. We have Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok. All marked the mic. Also, Red Cyclone Inc.
Yes, sir. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. And we got a WordPress, so check it out.
And beware of those Whataburgers, because Uncle Stanky is there.
Stanky and Friends.